Bob says, can we make a chassis change so we'll put it back in the Hoosiers? We have a pit stop here the last few laps to go. And you can see they got the Hoosiers up here against the wall. They also got a couple of Goodyears. If they have a green flag or a yellow flag pit stop here in the last 50 laps or less, they're going to go to the Hoosiers. If they stay out longer, if they have to stay out longer, the Goodyears are going to stay on the car.
Well, there's the story on one of the men contending to win it all today from Jerry Garrett as they're ready to do tire switching another time if necessary to pull out this $389,000 race. Looks like Davey may be falling back into the clutches here of car number 3, Earnhardt, in third. And don't forget that car number 11 is in fourth, Terry Labonte's car.
They're going under Bill Elliott to lap him again, so this is an important thing for Bill to try to stay up, but Bill's car is just not handling right now. Pushed up, and Rudd went by with ease.
Ricky Rudd maintaining first place with 342 laps complete, and he's on the bottom of the racetrack, able to stick it in there like Richard Petty was able to do back in the early days of this track, when this track would get so slippery you couldn't stand on it. That was when about the time the Dale Inman crew had Richard right on the bottom of the racetrack and able to get around, and that's exactly what we're seeing out of car number 26 at this moment.
The birthday boy.
Bob Barsha, what about tires on Davey Allison's car as we get down to the finish today?
Well, Ken, we've already heard from Jerry Garrett that Ricky Rudd's crew has a pair of both Goodyears, or that is a set of both Goodyears and Hoosiers ready for this last tire change that they're going to need. Same thing going on in Davey Allison's pit. They've got a set of each kind of tire. They have the fuel in the race cars to go the remaining laps here at Richmond, but they're probably going to need to change tires. And when they do, it's going to be real interesting to see which brand goes on for the run to victory lane.
Ricky Rudd working on Winston Cup win number 10 after that tremendous victory over Rusty Wallace at Watkins Glen, New York on the road course earlier this year. And again, handling seems to be the story on this Buick of Kenny Bernstein.
The real story here is that Ricky Rudd, if he can win this race, it will guarantee him a position on next year's winner's circle. He's right now he's won one race, but he's just on the verge of not being there because he's back a little further in the points. Same thing with Davey Allison. That's why it's critical to win that second race, because you're automatically on the winner's circle if you win two.
So here is Ricky Rudd working very hard to get himself into the winner's circle. Worth how much?
Oh, $280,000 or so. It makes this race.
Oh, smoke out of Ricky Rudd's car. Ricky Rudd may have unhinged one here. He is still running a pretty good pace. Now he's slowing down as he goes into the back straightaway. There's Davey Allison pulling up. There's Earnhardt pulling up. And it is over. It is over for car number 26. The engine caves in on the Bernstein number 26. Oh, how unfortunate for Ricky Rudd and company. They gave it their very best shot. You saw Larry McReynolds on the radio. Let's take a look and see when it let go. No caution on the track. Across the start-finish line, this is right where you lift just for a second. And as he put his foot back down, going into turn number 1 on the high side. Good night. Bill Elliott has just pitted. And Jerry Garrett is standing by, waiting the arrival of Ricky Rudd. Got to be despondent. There you see the Elliott car in another time. Not a good day for Elliott here. Oh, Rudd gave it such a tremendous run.
Yeah, that's a shame. Like I say, you know how important it was. We're talking big dollars, but running like that, he'll be okay.
Quick reminder for you Atlanta Braves fans, we'll be joining the Braves in progress right after the conclusion of the race today. To update you, it's the Padres 7 and the Braves zip as they work the top of the third inning, so they're not having a whole lot more luck today than Ricky Rudd is. Braves trailing the Padres 7-0, top of the third. Will join the game in progress right after the checkered flag here.
351 laps complete, down to the final 50 laps. A very sad crew after such a valiant effort today. Made it up, got out in front. All for naught. Engine goes away going into turn number 1, and this man, Davey Allison, is back in command once again. And he's having just a little trouble to handle right there at car number 28. It'll take a second set to get it off that corner.
Yeah, the car is getting a little looser, but he still has commanding advantage right now. Earnhardt is caught back a little further, and Bill Elliott, who just pitted, is between the two of them. And then, of course, the 11 car, Terry Labonte's right on Earnhardt's heels.
And you see Ricky Rudd clambering out, and that's disappointment. With his wife, Linda. Let's go to Jerry Garrett.
We're down here trying to get a word with Ricky Rudd, and he's obviously very disappointed right now. Sure, that's
Quaker State Buick, you know, it run good all day, and we're just sort of sitting there setting a pace and waiting for a caution. Finally, we got the caution, made a few adjustments to the car, and it looked like we had the race won, and something let go in the motor.
Got another smoker coming in. Eddie Bierschwale has just come off the track. Smoke erupting out of that car, and there is no caution. Bierschwale, of course, got into the wall a little early, and now I think his engine is unhinged. He took the left side of the car up to the wall early in the going. They pushed in there, checking for fire underneath. Quickly, you see there, as you watch these pictures live from the brand new Richmond 3/4 mile track, which is beginning to really take its toll. Now here's Davey Allison trying to put another lap on Bill Elliott in car number 9. Davey Allison leading, Dale Earnhardt in second, Terry Labonte in third as the laps begin to trickle away this afternoon. And for Ricky Rudd, it was just a little short.
To the Richmond 400, let's throw Mark Martin's name into the hat here and his team as nominees for our Mac Tools Behind the Scenes Award. He's currently running third. He finished second behind Bill Elliott on the short track at Bristol. And as you look from inside Mark's car, he's campaigning very nicely here in the Winston Cup Wars with that Jack Roush effort, all new to the Winston Cup battles. Those are road racers, but they're definitely showing their stuff on the short tracks. Only a matter of time till they win one. I think all they need is one more set of tools. They can get to victory lane. Throw Martin into the hat as another nominee for our Mac Tools Behind the Scenes Award.
Okay, we'll track that down to the finish, David, as we watch this battle for second place. Dale Earnhardt is there. Terry Labonte trucking on, trying to take it away from him. 363 laps of 400 run here today on this 3/4 mile oval for $389,000. And at the present time, Davey Allison continues to run this race with an iron hand. If Earnhardt finishes where he is right now, second, and Elliott finishes in seventh, Elliott will finish the day leading the Winston Cup point standings by 117. And Rusty Wallace, who was out early, would fall to third. 2 points behind Earnhardt. That's as if they drop the checkered flag at this moment. There's a lot of racing left to do here as we watch Dale Earnhardt in number 3. Off that corner and looking very strong here at the end of the race. Maintaining second spot, Labonte third. Mark Martin is in fourth. Alan Kowicki is in fifth. And now in sixth, 1 lap down, is Kyle Petty. With seventh, Bill Elliott. Eighth, Darrell Waltrip, 2 laps down. Ninth is Neil Bonnet. 10th is Brett Bodine. 11th is Michael Waltrip. Going 12th is Dave Marcus. 13th is Greg Sachs. 14th, Sterling Marlin. 15th, Bobby Hillen. 16th is Dale Jarrett. 17th is Mike Alexander. And in the 18th position is showing Rodney Combs with the 19th, Kenny Schrader, 20th, Benny Parsons. That's at 367 laps, John.
Well, this has been a tough race. A lot of people had trouble. One thing I want to point out about this points thing, please don't think that the points race is over. We had counted Dale Earnhardt out because he is 100 and some points behind going into this race. Well, immediately, early, Rusty has a problem, falls from second right behind Elliott to third. Elliott, if he has a bad finish at any race and the other two have good finishes, you're right back together. I think he'll go right to the wire.
Well taken, John. Well, we'll pause for these messages and then be back as we zero in on the close here this afternoon at the Richmond Fairgrounds, where Davey Allison is trying to put Ford back in victory lane. Working on the event that his dad won back-to-back in 1970 and 80, and in 1981 was won by Ford with Benny Parsons at the keyboard for Bud Moore. Bud Moore won all 3 of those races, and it's been since 1981 without a Ford in victory lane. It may change here this afternoon as they click off 375 of 400 to be run. Allison in command of this event over Dale Earnhardt. There's another story out here today. Back a little further, here's the 11th place runner, Michael Waltrip. We want you to know that our coverage is everywhere. This was the scene last night at 1 a.m. for Michael Waltrip's car number 30 in a nameless motel. You've heard of the old days? They used to build the engines back in the bathtub. Well, this was the scene.